everyone, it's Jai452 here, back again with yet another trip into the land of cosplay. This week my special guest is the wonderful...
My name is Rosebud, and yeah, that's basically it.
Thank you for taking the time out, Rosebud, to come and talk to us about all things cosplay.
It's not a problem.
So my first question to you would be, when did you first start cosplaying?
I would say around about the 6th of September 2013, if I remember right.
Oh.
I went to MCM Comic-Con. One of my friends kind of dragged me along. I didn't know what I was doing really, but my cosplay kind of was shoved together and like a week before. I admit, it was terrible. But I just kind of like saw the cosplays and I thought, oh, this is quite cool. I guess I'll try and convince my mum to let me do a strange thing.
So how did you feel when you went right out onto the cosplay floor, in a sense?
It was quite scary because I thought like nobody else was going to be cosplaying, and then I thought, oh no, people are going to stare at me, people are going to think I'm strange, and then you end up seeing all the other cosplayers and you actually end up getting quite happy about it, and you're like, oh my god, there's all these other people like me.
What was your first cosplay? Do you remember?
It was Light from Death Note.
Oh, wow.
And my friend cosplayed Elle from it as well. And we ended up going a little bit extreme. We handcuffed each other together for the entire day. Our wrists were red raw by the end of it. We couldn't deal with that. I think we hated each other for a little bit.
I'm going to have a look at some of your photos for that because not an awful lot of people know this, but I'm quite a big fan of Death Note. One Halloween, I actually dressed up as Elle. Have to admit, and maybe you can agree with me, but Elle's one of the easiest characters to cosplay or dress up as.
Definitely. One of the best. Well, one of the best for like a beginner cosplayer. It's quite easy.
So cheap as well. All you need is either hair dye or a black wig, a long-sleeved white t-shirt and a pair of jeans. And that's you. You're good to go.
I remember I was going crazy because I didn't want to do like the big formal version, so I just kind of tried the black shirt and the brown trousers, but I couldn't find a black shirt anywhere, and I started panicking. I'm like, Mom, where did I go for this? And I was worried so much, but I just kind of, since my friend was kind of dragging me along to it, she was like, come on, we should do this, and I'm like, oh, no.
So my second question to you is there any particular person or group that inspires you to cosplay?
Well, there's one person that I still remember quite clearly. His name is Suki Cosplay. I'm not sure if you've heard of him on Facebook, but he cosplays people like Kakashi from Naruto. And I remember I saw one of my friends that shared one of his photos, and I was like, oh my god, is this real? This person's so good. And I just kind of liked the page and then went in, and I just saw the fact that, oh, he's battling illnesses, he's battling stuff like that, yet he still cosplays and he inspires even more people than that. So I kind of thought, this guy is awesome. I want to be like him sometimes.
Awesome. You were saying there due to his illness, do you know if he still cosplays now and then?
Yes, he definitely does. He still goes to cons and everything. It's just kind of, he does post about it, but he doesn't really let that stop him. He just kind of keeps on going about it and doesn't really mind it.
That's awesome. So this is where I'm going to divide up this question. Because the next one's, it's although it's a very plain, it can be taken in two ways. So for you, what has been the most challenging cosplay to make? And what has been the most challenging cosplay you've ever done from an acting side?
I'll do the second one first because I prefer that one Well, from an acting side, if it relates to like staying in character,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably say maybe either Kojaku from Dramatic Murder or Morgiana from Maggie, because Morgiana is so serious, and I hate being all stoic and not able to. She keeps a straight face almost constantly, which is quite difficult for me, especially when I'm running around the con like crazy. As well as that, there's Kojaku, who is kind of, it's hard to explain. That's like, it's difficult because he is a happy person, but that entails a lot of flirting, which I failed epically at. So I just so instead of being character for those two, I'll try, but then I'll probably just kind of sink back and be like, no, screw it, I'm doing myself. I'll do exactly myself.
So, what has been the most difficult cosplay to make for you
Hmm.
so far?
So far, like I'd have to say, Kaneki, purely because what I had to do was I had to go out, and since I'm still quite young, I have to take my mum with me. So then I was like, Mum, I need to buy this, and she's like, why do you need to buy this? And then I was like, oh, it's for this cosplay. I'll show you when I get home. And so basically, I took one of my horse riding. I don't ride anymore, but it was a black plain shirt that I'd wore to my first Comic Con. But I thought, okay, I can use this for another cosplay. So I get scissors, I cut off the sleeves, I rip holes in it, and my mom comes in when I have fabric everywhere. And she's like, what have you done? And I'm like, I did something for cosplay. And she's like, okay, show me it now. And I show her this picture of Kaneki, luckily without his mask, or else I'd probably be dead. And then she was like, okay, I'm going to leave, goodbye. Walked out, and I started panicking, because I realised that I needed his mask, but his mask doesn't look like the nicest thing. So then I was sitting here like, oh no, how am I going to tell my mum about this? But it was my brother that ended up ordering it for my birthday. I was like, hey, can I get this? And he's like, okay, fine, I'm not even gonna ask. It was just more the family being like, what the hell are you doing? Kind of thing. That is what I was most concerned about.
So, my next question is, in your opinion, what is the most difficult thing or character to cosplay as?
Hmm. It depends, like, in what sense? Like,
Well, from a costume standpoint, like what would you say is the most difficult? Like if you to think about it generally, like all the characters from say video games, anime, comic books, which one would you say would be the most difficult from your point of view to do?
that'd be quite difficult. I'd say just any game, say maybe like a game like say Telltale Games, which I'm planning to do, like The Wolf Among Us, Borderlands, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Those ones would be really difficult because it's quite difficult to portray the characters right,
Mhm.
especially when it's in such a cartoon form. So you have to kind of be quite skilled with makeup and everything of that sort to try and put as much like into making it as similar as possible to the games or anything like that. Like say for Telltale's The Walking Dead, you'd have to use fabric paint, you'd have to use makeup, face paint, everything.
Have you
And I think
ever done a character from The Walking Dead?
I'm intending to do first I'm intending to do Clementine from season 2 of the games. And then I'm intending to do Daryl Dixon from the TV show.
Oh, awesome.
And I think that's all I have planned for now, but I'm pretty sure it will add eventually.
Okay. Um, just while we're talking about difficult cosplays and characters and such likes, um, I think the most difficult from a costume point of view that I've ever seen
Mhm.
has been like the Halo types of characters, the stormtroopers and
Yeah,
the Iron Mans.
big types of armor and everything
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Mm.
I remember like seeing my first set of stormtroopers on the big Comic Con that I went to, and it's some of the little ones that I've been to as well. And I just remember seeing them and thinking, I've seen like so many videos of like American Comic Cons where you see tons of these guys. They should really just be employed as security at these events, or
It
like
should be.
like people who give you like help if you're lost. Like they just say you just say to them like, I need to get to the celebrity signing area and I don't know where to go, and they just point you in the right direction.
It would intimidate, like, they were like security guards. It would intimidate normal people. They'd be like, no, I'm not going there. There's a problem with me, but so I'm not going.
After like my first encounter with them and thinking that, I honestly looked at their costumes and went, and I did the same with like so the Iron Mans and the Halo people. I just looked at those costumes and went, you guys have to be like insanely talented to do something like that. Have you ever done anything like that, or are you aspiring to do anything like that?
I'm hoping to do some stuff like that. I haven't had nor the time, the money, or even the skills to do it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I do plan to do like maybe a few sets of armor in the future, hopefully.
Awesome. How would you? How do you think you would start in that? Would you go straight for the kind of semi-plasticky metal work, or would you maybe start with something a little bit smaller, like say kind of cardboard work?
I would say kind of cardboard foam work. Conveniently, in my school, I have a design and manufacture teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually helping me make one of my props.
Awesome.
And he's like, okay, we can do this, we can use this drawing, we can put this on. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm just like, what are you actually talking about? But it's actually a scythe that I'm making, but I'm hopefully intending to ask them about armour soon enough, because they have foam up in the workshops, and they said I could use that if I needed to.
I always think that art teachers are really fun in that sense, because I, like, my first cosplay was a male Harley Quinn character, and I can be honest, I can't sew to save my life, but I'm really good when it comes to, like, making stuff and doing makeup, oddly enough. Hidden talent. So it came time to me to make the hammer, and I had like the bare essentials of what I needed, but I just couldn't work out how to attach the hammer head to like the handle.
Yeah.
And my tutor was like, well, you just need to cut this hole, and I was like, but I don't want to cut the hole in it. It took me forever to paint the head. He's like, oh, forget it, just do it. And when we put it in, it, like, the actual handle part that's painted wasn't holding, so we had to put like an extra roll of cardboard in the inside of it, and then have that in the hole of the head, and it actually fits all the way through, like from one end to the top. So even though, like, if you ever see me with my hammer, like, you'll see where the redness of the handle reaches the top of the actual hammer if you look under it. But if I had to pull that down, you would probably see this big long length of cardboard shoved in. But I always think that props are really fun to make. Do you have fun making your props?
I prefer overall, like, over the making of the cosplays, unless that's quite practical as well. Apart from sewing, I'm terrible at that. Unless it's not sewing, if it's like maybe armour or it's any practical work, I'll be fine with it, and I'll be quite good at it as well. And because I'll go into like my tech classroom during lunch, and I'll be like, sir, how do I make this? And he'll be like, oh, just use this and this and this. And I'm pretty sure he thinks I'm crazy, because I just bring in this weird thing. I remember one day I brought in a picture of Oblivion and Oathkeeper from Kingdom Hearts. And I was like, how can I make this? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, yeah, help. But instead of like going straight to him, I'll start kind of thinking about it, thinking what I can do, what other things I can use. Like for my scythe that I'm making right now, I was thinking about using foam, but then I realised it's bigger than me, it's not going to hold up. So, since I read the MCM rules and obviously it says they have to be able to split into two no matter the size. So I was like, sir, how do I make this split into two without wrecking it? And he was like, okay, you use this kind of joint that you get in, say, a snooker cue. Now you twist them together.
Yeah, yeah.
He bought me one of those, and what you do is you get two broom handles, cut off the ends to make them flat, and then drill a hole in one of them and put the one part of the joint in there, and do the same with the other, so then they can both screw together easily. They both like twist together, and then you can unscrew them if you need to.
Wow. While we're actually talking about props, props come in all shapes and sizes, as we know, and some of them are easier to carry around with you. Going to a Comic-Con event, do you find the bigger props more of a hindrance than a help? Or do you not really register that kind of thing?
Sometimes I don't really register it, but if it is an absurdly big prop, I will kind of be like, why did I do this? I'll be regretting like my shoulders as soon as I go there. But most of the time, if it's a little prop, then if you feel embarrassed or anything like that, you can just kind of slip it in a bag if you need to and then slip it back out. But to be honest, I really prefer bigger props because you can just kind of, I sound terrible for saying this, but you can intimidate like normal people. You're just like, look at me, I'm like this. And then they're just kind of staring at you on like a train or something, like what the actual hell?
I've actually got a really good story there because at my first Comic-Con, my cousin needed to go out and get some money from the cash point, and we went out to the cash point, and there was this huge guy there who was dressed up as a Wookiee from Star Wars, and it wasn't until much later I found out he was actually on stilts, walking in the costume, and I was like, that is like amazing, you know, like well done that person to train themselves to walk on stilts for almost an entire day.
I could never do that. That's like impossible for me. I'm bad enough walking in heels, never mind walking in stilts.
I can tell you this, it's hard enough for me to just walk, let alone walk on stilts.
You just walk in a straight line, you'll end up toppling over. But like...
Exactly. That makes me sound really, really bad. I'm really not. But I can remember seeing that, and when I got told he was walking on stilts, I was like, oh, that's amazing. But as my cousin was at the cash point and I seen that guy, I could hear this like squeaking in the background. And I'm like, okay, it could just be my shoes because I'm on this kind of like clear floor, and I was in sneakers. So I'm like looking around and I'm like, okay, where's the squeaking from? Because I could hear it even when I wasn't moving. And I turn around, and there's this little person dressed up as an Ewok, walking towards me with their spear kind of semi-out. I have my hammer over my shoulder, so I can just pull my hammer forward, like, yeah, just do it.
Oh my god.
Just do it.
Don't try it.
And I'm slightly, like, I'm smiling, but backing off from them because I just didn't care for it, you know. I was like, yeah, back off.
Yeah, go away.
Go away. So yeah, that happened for me. Has anything like that ever happened to you?
Not that I recall really, but the most with like someone approaching me, I remember I had, it was so quite surprising. It was at Comic-Con, and we were just kind of in the venue with our friends, and I hadn't found her yet, so I was thinking, okay, where is she? And she ends up running up to me with this prop head, and I panicked because I thought it was a real head, and I was like, oh! And we're both cosplay from the same series as well. They were both in Tobacco Martyr, and I started panicking. I'm like, what have you done? Oh! It was actually a map, like a styrofoam wig head, and she'd put foundation and everything over it, right in the neck part, and I panicked and just put a blue wig on it. Oh! Hard back over.
um,
Because I like kind of jump on. I'm like, what have you done? Okay, it's just a prop. You're fine.
on the subject of props, when it comes to doing a photo shoot, do you prefer to have a prop with you, or do you sometimes think, oh well, I've travelled X amount of distance to get here, the prop isn't really all that essential?
Well, it depends. I would kind of think it over before I went. I'd be thinking, okay, what kind of like pose is gonna do? Is the prop necessary? Is it hugely big? If it is, I'm not taking it if it's not necessary.
Hmm.
But if it was like a little small one that I could stuff in a bag and slip back out for different photos, then I would do that. But it's more just things like, think more things that are taller than you. If you think this isn't necessary, I'm not taking it, kind of thing.
Hmm.
Like maybe for some character, maybe that's their iconic thing, so you think, okay, I'll take this with me just in case I'll need it. But most than that, I'd probably say I wouldn't take it unless it's absolutely necessary.
Awesome. So how many cosplay events do you typically do within a year?
Been a year. Well, I was at Collector Mania this year,
Hmm.
uh, and I think I only went to Collector Mania and NCM Comic Con because I didn't. I was still kind of that was kind of a period of what cons are there, what can I go to.
Hmm.
I had heard about DCon, and I thought, okay, I'll ask my mum. But then again, I'm only 13, and my mum was like, Dundee, no, you're not going, you're staying here. So then I was just kind of sitting in my room looking at all the photos getting uploaded, and I was really, really sad. But I think I'll be going to well, not a lot more, but quite a few more this year.
Awesome.
And I'll hopefully try and convince my mum to let me go to Dundee for a day. I'm
There,
like, I'm with responsible adults, I swear.
I do know that there are some ones that happen in Glasgow
Mm.
that are just small ones.
Yeah.
I actually have a leaflet for it here. I don't know whether you guys can see this.
Yeah, I know that. I think I've been to a couple of those, but I've just kind of popped in, went back out with my friends.
Those ones are really, really fun to go to. I've had the pleasure of going to two of them this year and had a tremendous amount of fun at them, and was able to network with a lot of different people really quickly. So I would recommend going to the small ones as well as the big ones like MCM. But when you're doing a cosplay event, what is the one thing that you're most excited about?
I think it's more just the meeting with people and the fact that maybe say you're cosplaying someone specific character, you'll be like, okay, maybe I can, like, it's hard to explain, like, hopefully they'll come up to me and say, oh look, I love your cosplay, I love that character, and it's just kind of the excitement of that. You think, okay, this is going to be fun today, but it's really like, as the day goes on, you just think, okay, I'm done, can I go to bed, can I go home? That's, after a while, you stop thinking it as much, but you do still kind of think, okay, hopefully I can kind of make someone stay with this, hopefully I'm their favourite character and it'll make them happy, kind of thing.
Before we move on, I'm just going to have to pause the interview a quick second. And we're back. And I'd like to just continue on by saying, what is the most nerve-wracking thing that you find at an event? Either something that's still quite nerve-wracking or is not as much anymore?
I'd say it's more the travelling to the cons, especially if you're in like this big flashy cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I recall I live like, I think it's a 25-minute walk from my house to the train. Big busy main road, and then the train takes about 45 minutes to get near to Glasgow, and then it takes about 5 minutes to get to the subway to maybe say the SCCC. So it's just kind of the travelling, because most of the time I'll have to walk, but hopefully most of the time I'll have a friend with me. But it's more just the fact that people are staring at you and they're like, what is this person doing? You look kind of strange. but it doesn't affect me as much nowadays because, like, with the help of my mum, she was just like, take it in your stride, don't care about them. And basically I just kind of strut, I remember I strut down the streets now, if someone stares at me, I'll just kind of toss my head and walk away.
Oddly enough, I had a similar situation to yourself, like when I first started cosplaying early this year, when I met up with one of my friends to do one of the smaller events.
Yeah.
I pretty much set up a meeting point with him because I live about an hour away from Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to travel down in the bus, and when I got to the bus station, I was looking for my friend. I was like, okay, where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
Yeah.
And then, as soon as we pulled into the park where we were parking, I seen him standing there in full cosplay, makeup and all. And I was like, there he is. And we actually proceeded to walk through the entirety of Glasgow to get to our destination. And people were like, oh look, it's the Joker, yada yada yada. And at first I was a little apprehensive. I was like, okay, you're in full costume, I'm not. Okay.
Yeah.
I can get away with this. But there was a lot of children both times that we kind of met up, and I have to admit I love seeing the reaction of small children when they see someone like the Joker or Batman walking towards them. They just go,
It's them!
it's them! When I was actually, like, we actually at one point came out from one of the events to go and get something to drink because we were both so warm. I was done up as my Harley look, and I remember one little kid just kind of like smiling intently at me as I walked past.
It's like,
they're like,
yes!
they even, like, I remember when we were walking back, the little kid was still there, and he's like this to his mum or his dad, and he's like, it's Harley and Joker. How do you feel when you get a reaction like that? Is that something that you also kind of go, oh, child?
Well, I had one moment. It was when I was actually travelling to MCM this year. With my Goku cosplay. I had tattoos, or well, not real tattoos, but like face painted tattoos all the way down my side. I had open chest binded. I had half a kimono on, and everyone like they were all like, "Are you not cold?" And I'm like, "Nah, not really," because I had the tattoos from like here down my arm, down here. And then I remember seeing this one kid and like, look, he has tattoos, and I'm like, really cool. And I was like, okay, little child. Thank you. And it was like the loudest thing ever, and he was sitting there like elbowing his mum, like, look, and I'm like, oh, why? Then I had scars over my hands and over my face as well, and I also had tattoos on my face. So when I moved the fringe, it goes over your eyes, and then when I moved it away, and it went like, look, there's even more, and I'm like, oh god.
That actually is a really good jumping point for a kind of good question I have. You mentioned that you're 13, which I hate saying you're a hell of a lot younger than me. Damn it, you young people. But have you noticed from yourself that a lot of really young children have actually started cosplaying and entering like big cosplay events as well?
Yeah. When you see them entering, sometimes I'm sitting in the audience and I'm just like, how can they do that? Because the first time I went up, I was prepared to pose, but I just kind of stood there and just kind of froze up, and I was like, what do I do? And I was with my friend as well, she did it as well, and I'm like, you're supposed to help me! And then there's these little kids upstairs strutting on stage, and I'm like, what? I start like panicking, like, am I supposed to do that?
I remember at Halloween, I got my first kind of like blast on like I had seen like really young children at the Collectomania one doing cosplay, but when I did the kind of local one to Glasgow, at Halloween, I'd seen this really young little boy who could only have been about maybe 4 or 5 years of age, and he was dressed up like a Ghostbuster.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, that is the cutest thing in the entire world. And the funny thing was, I'm not sure whether it was his, like, younger brother, like, even younger brother kind of thing, or his cousin, but I noticed this little kid who was in, like, a bug suit, but it was like a cartoon bug.
Yeah.
And I was saying to the mum, now this kid would have been about, what, 2 at the most. So really, really young.
Really young.
I was speaking to the mum and I was like, why didn't you, like, enter your kid in the masquerade? And she's like, well, I didn't have a costume. And I was like, okay. You didn't have a costume, fine.
Hey, just let him be
In there.
no, jump around.
Yeah. But just it shocks me sometimes when I see really younger children kind of cosplaying like that.
And you think, oh my god, who made it?
I know.
That's my instant thought. If it's like really, really good, I'll be like, who made it? Tell me. No character pie, tell me.
Who made your costume, child? Who made it? Okay, so when you've been going to these cosplay events, have you ever entered any, like, the cosplay competitions? And if so, have you ever won anything? And if you've won anything, what was running through your head when they called your name?
Well, I have entered, I believe, in total 3.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 were actually at Collectomania. It was my first time on stage, and I was panicking like crazy. I think my heart was thumping out my chest. I'm pretty sure people could see it. I was sitting there like, oh my god, what did I do? What did I do? And the first time I was Kuroko from Kuroko no Basket, and my friend was Kisei from Kuroko no Basket. And we both just kind of stood there. We didn't know what to do. We were just like, what are we doing? And basically, we kind of went off stage. We had bright red faces. We were so embarrassed because we'd frozen off in front of all these people. But the next day came around, and we were in a Tokyo Ghoul group. I was Kennedy, my friend was Tsukiyama, and my friend who's Kisei the other day was Toka. So we're all like, okay, she went at the contest, because my friend, who's close with Tsukiyama, I don't think she was there to witness our embarrassing moment the last day, so I was thinking, okay, let's do this. And we're just kind of sitting there, like, there was this part down the stairs, and it was like a little cool part, but we're like practicing poses and everything, while kind of other cosplayers walked by and looked down at us really confused, and we're just sitting there like posing with each other. And they're all just kind of thinking, okay, this is strange, very strange. But I remember we all went on, and I was in the middle, conveniently, and I was basically panicking the entire time. I was like, what am I doing, what am I doing, what am I doing? But I just kind of felt as if I needed an elbow in the grids. I was like, come on, let's do this. And then I just kind of started holding my breast, and then when I walked off, I sat down the step, and I was like, oh my god, what have I just done? I started like panicking, like, oh my god, oh my god. But, and then, I haven't won anything yet, but the next one I was at, I believe it was at a Comic King Craft Fair, actually. I went in my Morgiana, and I told my friends, I was like, you go first, I don't know what to do. So then basically I was watching everyone go, and I was still, even after watching everyone, I was still shaking like a leaf. I'm like, okay, don't stutter, don't run over. I ended up stuttering quite a bit, and when I was posing, you could literally see my hands shaking like crazy, and I'm like, oh, damn it. As soon as I walked off, I hugged my friend, and I was like, no, I can't do this. But, that's the only contest I really entered in, but even though they're quite nerve-wracking, they're still quite fun at the same time, because you get, hey, I've done this, kind of thing.
when I did the Halloween event that I was at, I entered the competition, and there was a lot of people there who were dressed like zombie versions of other characters.
Yeah.
Like my friend who I mentioned did, and he was actually using well, what's it called again? It's not face putty, but it's like liquid latex.
Yeah.
So he had this like liquid latex mark here, and it looked as if it looked as if it was an open gash where you could see his teeth.
Yeah.
And he had one on his neck, which he had to take off because it kept like peeling. And there was multiple other people that, like, one of the judges was dressed as Pyramid Head. Two girls that I seen were dressed like the nurses from Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And lots of other characters. And I'm just sitting there with my usual, like, kind of Harley makeup on, but with, like, black stitches, like, very basic black stitches down and across my face. And, like, multiple parts of jewellery on, even a red ribbon, like, just wrapped around my neck.
Yeah.
And a little bit of an alteration to my previous Harley costume, and I'm just thinking there's no way I'll win anything here. None.
Yeah.
There's,
That's all. Because you think, okay, there's all these good people here. I'm screwed. Deal with it.
yeah, that's basically what I was doing. I had accepted that I would get nowhere, nothing. I was like, nope, not gonna happen. But I'm cool with it, because there's multiple other costumes here that are amazing. There was one girl who was dressed up like Ping from Mulan, and the detail on her costume was just wow. You know, so because I was live streaming this for the website iGame Online, shameless plug. I was standing there after the MC lady had said, okay, we're going to take a moment and confer, and then so I'm standing there as she's getting ready to announce, and she's saying, we'd like to thank everybody for doing all the cosplays and taking part in this, and we've got a few special mentions, and she mentioned the nurses from Silent Hill, and then she said, in no direct order, or in third place, we would like to welcome back to the stage Patchwork Harley, which was my character, and I'm like,
wait,
me? And my friend who was doing the Joker was like, here, give me your camera and I'll film, go, go, go. And I'm like,
okay, what is this?
so I go up there and I stand for like so many moments kind of thing, and I'm shaking the entire time. There's actual photographs of all the winners kind of thing with the judges, and I'm still standing there like,
What?
what the hell is going on?
Kind of shell shocked.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing as you. I was like, I need a hug. Somebody give me a hug. If I was working in a hospital, I'd probably say, I need a hug. Stat.
No, I just kind of went up and I was like, I need a hug. Someone hug me. I was with a lot of my friends. I was like, hug me. Because I was just kind of so shaken. I was like, do you know what to do?
Okay, so in your opinion, what are the best and worst things a new cosplayer can do when they're getting ready to go to a cosplay event?
Well, I'd say one of the worst things to do is overthink and start thinking, oh god, am I going to be good enough? Are people going to like me? Because it's kind of all just kind of about enjoying yourself and having a nice kind of day out. And I'd say the best things to do is just kind of be friendly, even though even I have trouble doing that, but be friendly. Don't be afraid to approach people for maybe like a photo if you need to. I'm still afraid to do that purely because I'm the worst and I don't like doing it. But don't be afraid to go up and ask for a photo. Say, oh, I love your cosplay, and even if you don't have anything with you to take a photo, you can still compliment someone on it. It just means that it's essential that you need to take a photo. Just kind of basically just enjoy yourself and enjoy, like, meet others around you. Go to all the events that you can. Just have fun, and that's it, really.
Okay. Before we move on to the kind of like last section of questions, I want to ask you, what are your top 5 funniest things that have happened to you while either in cosplay or at a cosplay event?
Oh, that's quite difficult. Because my memory's a bunch of baloney, but,
Okay,
um,
well, maybe not the top 5 then, so let's say your top 3 funniest memories.
okay, I remember one thing, this was only just a couple of days ago, and we even posted on Facebook about it and everything. Me and 2 other friends were Christmas rides,
Hmm.
and what we had ended up doing was we just went on ice skating and we're just kind of skating around in circles, and I hear someone behind me, or behind the both of us, just kind of shout, or not shout, but like whisper to their friend, "Are those wigs? Do you think those are wigs?" Because we were skating around with our Love Live lights on. So, and then, um, our session had ended, so we came to a stop, and I was just kind of crawling towards the entrance, and then the same person comes up to me and says, "Oh, I love your hair!" And I'm just like, "Thanks!" Like, with the big giant smile, I'm like, "Thanks!" The last time that someone did that, I told them it was a leg, but no, thank you! Then she did the same to my friend, and we're just like, "Oh my god, did that just happen?" But, the next thing that happened, we had got off, got our shoes on, and I ended up back in work, we were going on one of the big swings. And, as you know, when the chains are off, everyone bolts for the edge of the seats. The very edge that goes right up. So we're all making this plan. We're standing in a line, we're nearly blocking everyone from passing us, and we're like, okay, we're going to run for here, throw our bags down and do this. So the chain opened, everyone started running. My friend slipped on me. And she had these bags in her hand and she was on the stairs and people were trying to jump over her to get to the seats. So I had to just kind of wait at the top of the stairs until she was able to recover and get back up.
Oh dear.
And then I remember uh, one time I think of it as funny now, it was during MCM this year. I was meeting Malik Flanagan from Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
And Naruto's kind of like one of my first animes, so I kind of thought, oh my god, what am I doing? I started kind of panicking. It's like, I was thinking, oh my god, what do I say? What do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. So and then I go up, and my friends actually film it, but I've never looked back at it because I realised that I probably looked like a lunatic with tattoos down me. I was stuttering like crazy, and I was shaking like a leaf. I've never watched it back, and I don't plan to. But I've still got it saved. No,
You do the same thing I do. When you do a recording, you'll watch it to make sure it works.
but then you just click it off, but like, no,
Yep,
done.
it's done.
It's like, okay, like I was walking up here, and I was trying to just say hi, and it ended up blurting out some random crap, and I was like, oh, I love it! And I was just kind of like, it was like kind of half shouting, half stuttering, so it's kind of like, oh, I said, oh, that is so much, and I'm like, oh my god. I go outside I go outside the thing, I've like put this little sign in front of my bag, and I collapse down the floor, and I'm like, what have I just done?
Oh, that's great.
I remember, like, I've got a volume on my manga side as well, and I just kind of sat there with it in my arms, but like, and I had my knees up, and I was like, what do I do now? I don't know what I should do.
Okay, so before we move on to this last question that I'm going to ask you, can you give us a little bit of an insider look to what you're going to at least 2 costumes that you're going to do for 2016?
You say 2 costumes, I've got like 10, but
Okay, well, in that case, can you give us your top 3 that you're going to do in 2016?
yeah. I hate to say it, but I'm quite a big fan of idol animes, like Love Live and The Finish Sama. So what I've got. I've even got my plans for like all the content out next year. And one of them is Ethic with an friend Sana. And I'm also in a group for that. And we're going to try and do a performance in the masquerade on the Saturday as like the entire kind of group.
Mm-hmm.
We're planning to do this one song called 1000% Love. And we'll do that on the Saturday. And then my next one is Honaka Kosaka from Love Live. And what I'm going to do is we have a group for that as well. We have all our members, and we're planning to do a performance on Sunday as well with the opening from Love Live with the song, the outfits and everything. We had ended up getting like really high for one night at like 3 in the morning. We were sitting there rambling about our costumes and what we were going to do. But then the next one that I'm really more Kaori Miyazono from Your Lie in April.
Mm-hmm.
Just recently I found a tailor that I can get her uniform from, and my mum owes me a wig from a bit, so she was kind of, I bet this will happen, and then it never happened, so she owes me a wig. But, but that wig is, I decided would be hers because it was quite expensive. But I can't wait to kind of have photo shoots with her because my friend is cosplaying Cosplay Aria from it, and we're just kind of sitting there plotting. We're gonna make people cry with this, let's do it! We're just
Awesome.
gonna sit around with each other like, this photo shoot will make people cry, let's do it! And then that's it. That's what we do, yeah.
Awesome. So the last question I have for you is, what advice would you give to someone who would like to start cosplaying, but it's like, they just really don't know where to start with it? What would you advise to them?
I would say if you want to start cosplaying, start with something simple, like e.g. Elf and Death Note or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's just kind of casual. And don't worry about it looking perfect on the first try. I'll post mine later, but if you look at mine were terrible. I had a wig that made my head look giant, and it looked just fuzzy in general. So just kind of start with something simple. Don't worry yourself too much. Give yourself a lot of time to think about it, and just think, okay, I can get this, do this, and it'll be done with. And when you're going to a con, just kind of relax. Don't stress about it too much. Just have fun really with it. Something that doesn't have to be like, oh, this is completely accurate and this is perfect. It doesn't even need to be. It can be close, but it doesn't matter your skill level what you need to do. You could just kind of work with what you got and see what you can do with it and have fun with it.
Awesome. Okay, so that is all the questions I have for you. I'm now going to hand over to you, and well, the last question I have for you is actually, is there any kind of social media outputs that the viewers, both here on iGame Online and on the Jai YouTube channel, is there like any social media outlets that we can get a hold of you if they have any further questions?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page, and it's called Cosplay. And I also have an Instagram, which is the exact same, just with an underscore. And my brother, he's doing his speakers. I was like, Grayson! He always blasts music, it's a pain in the bum. But anyway, I have an Instagram, which is just underscore cosplay. And then I also have a YouTube channel, which I still cringe at, but it's called just Will's Word. That's where it kind of all stemmed from. It's called Will's Word, but all the videos on there are kind of dated, so I'll try and get like new videos up on that as well.
Awesome.
And I forgot to mention, I also have a cosplay amino, and that is just Will's Word cosplay. I've kind of got the same thing going all the way around, just so to not cause confusion.
Great. Well, are you part of any cosplay groups or movements that you can tell us about?
I'm I'm part of, cosplay support movement is one of them,
Hmm.
and that's kind of like the main one.
And
Uh,
what happens within cosplay support? What's that about? Can you tell us?
it's more, it's even just it's a worldwide group, and anyone can post and be like, okay, how do I make this? Or go show off their cosplay without the fear of getting judged, without like the
Ah.
fear of like someone saying, oh, that's not right. They'll trust that place to kind of get constructive criticism, or just to kind of show off what they've done. And they've got very strict rules that say don't be too harsh on other people, don't bully other people, and it's just kind of a place where you don't have to worry about being judged or anything like that on it. So I
Awesome.
think that's kind of the main one that I'm in right now.
Okay. So is there any other groups that you're a part of that you want to talk about, or?
I think because the sport movement is the main one. I'm
Awesome.
obviously in
And
smaller.
is that on Facebook or?
Yes, it is. It's
Okay.
CSM dash cosplay support movement. I'm also part of like some smaller MCM groups, but
Mhm.
that's just kind of where you show off your progress and show what you're doing, and like everyone asks questions like, "Oh, does anyone have their costume for next year planned? Does anyone like, oh, look at my prop that I'm making for this year or anything like that?"
Mhm.
And that's basically what that is.
Awesome. Well, unless you've got anything else, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out and speaking with us, Rosebud.
It's not a problem.
And hopefully, guys, I will be back with another cosplay interview with a very rare special guest. Um, Tomorrow. So, bye everyone.